Hello YouTube world, Hector here from the Fanriot.com. These past 2 weeks have been both an exciting one and a disappointing one. Both Marvel's AntMan and Happy Madison's Pixels have been released, and boy, are the reactions for both movies the polar opposite. Even though AntMan didn't break any box office records, it has been widely praised, which is more than I can say for Pixels at the moment. I will give my full opinion on Pixels once I have had a chance to see it, but for now, I want to share my top 5 reasons why you should go see AntMan. Number 5. Marvel. Yes, I said it, because Marvel. This film comes from none other than Marvel Studios themselves, and comparing Marvel-made movies to other quote-unquote film companies, Marvel has yet to give us a real stinker. Yes, one can argue that the Age of Ultron and Captain America, the first Avenger, were a tad boring. Marvel has really pushed the boundaries of what can be done with superheroes in the cinema, and they're the only movie studio who hasn't really steered away too far from the likeness of the characters we have all grown up with. Number 4. AntMan. Out of all the Avengers, AntMan is definitely the superhero with the most bizarre ability. This gave Marvel a chance to work outside the conventional idea of what a superhero should be like, and man did they pull it off. This movie could have been a disaster, but with an awesome cast, great writing, and stellar special effects, Marvel gave us a real solid superhero movie. The idea of a shrinking man does sound silly out of the comic realm, but Marvel pulled this off beautifully. 3. Michael Douglas. I know what people are thinking. Man, Michael Pena was the best. Oh, Paul Rudd was perfect. And while I agree with all of you, Michael Douglas was simply the most amazing actor in this movie. He was the Ant-Man salesman that sold me on the idea of the astonishing Ant-Man, even better than Stan Lee could sell me an issue of the Incredible Hulk 1/1 in a comic fire sale. His acting in the movie just proves to us furthermore that Michael Douglas still has it. Number 2. Scott Lang. Everyone loves a redemption story, and out of all the current characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think Scott Lang fits that role. Yes, he is no Hank Pym, but that is what makes Scott Lang more interesting. And yes, he is portrayed as a thief and a convict, but he is one of those characters who a large percentage of society can compare themselves with. Sometimes we as humans make mistakes, and awful ones at times, but most of us are always looking for that small chance to make it right and get back on our feet. You don't have to be a convict or a thief to relate. You just have to understand how it is to be at the bottom sometimes, and Scott Lang brings that feeling back to all of us. Number 1. Plot. Ladies and gentlemen, I can honestly say that AntMan has a really solid plot. Even though I do get into detail about how I feel that the ending fell a little short in this week's edition of the Fanriot podcast, I still feel that the plot was well written and skillfully executed. It is a sad fact that we will never know as to what direction Eric Wright would have taken this movie, but Peyton Reed did an amazing job in piecing this film together. I'm extremely satisfied with its results, and though there were a few instances where some dialogue got a bit ranty, the movie has plenty of action to even that off. And those were our top 5 reasons why you should go see AntMan. With all that said, folks, just go see this movie. Take your kids, take your wife, heck, go by yourself, go alone. It's just one of those movies that's exciting and different enough that it just must be seen in theaters. You will appreciate the special effects, you will appreciate the cast, and you will not be disappointed. But I appreciate your time, folks. If you want to read more of our reviews, check out our podcast. Go to thefanriot.com or thefanriot.podbean.com, or you can find us on Twitter. Just search for The Fanriot. And folks, don't forget to subscribe down there underneath the video. We'd really appreciate all your likes and concerns, and please feel free to comment. Guys, have a great week.